What's going on, guys? Shane D here, your best friend in the entire world, back with another Sunday First Listen. Sunday, that's right, you heard me right. I'm going to try and put 2, 3, 4 of these up on Sundays. So First Listens will be on Sundays. How does that sound to you? Paul OOoooo, a dear contributor to this channel, donator, friend, hit me up with another jammer from a band called Agent Steel. Here's the catch. This particular song, Bleed Forever, is not on Spotify. The good news is everything else is on Spotify. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to listen to Bleed Forever from Agent Steel from YouTube, but it's going to look by that image like it was on Spotify. But here's the good news, folks. They have several releases that are on Spotify. This is from a 1999 album, and I want to say it's called Omega Conspiracy, and it's called Bleed Forever. He loves the song. He said, man, you got to check these guys out. The name sounds so familiar to me. I have not heard them, I don't think. But they have 1985 Mad Locust Rising EP. They've got Unstoppable Force album from 1985. They must have just uploaded all of these albums at the same time because they all say 1985. Skeptic's Apocalypse is on there, and Alienigma from 2007 is on there. Agent Steel. So they're on Spotify. Their number one song is Agent of Steel, and it's 306,145 plays. These guys are like a underground, a lost gem, I'm betting. Bands, related bands to them. Toxic, that's Toxik. Whiplash, no Whiplash. Exciter, no Exciter. Hyrax. Hyrax is one of those bands that were around from the beginnings in the California Bay Area thing, doing the thrash. Never seemed to quite explode, but they were there with Exodus and all those other bands and stuff. Violence. I heard a thing with what's his name? Johnny Z? Zazu, Megaforce guy, and he was talking about Violence, and he went and saw them before he signed them to Megaforce. He said they just never found the success that they should have found, but nevertheless, they were on that. He also talked about Exciter, too. I think it was Exciter that he had signed, and he really thought that those guys were going to explode, and they didn't. Other bands, Iron Angel, Law's Rocket. We've talked about Law's Rocket on the reactions that I do. Of course, Dark Angel. Who doesn't love Dark Angel from back in the day? Old Gene Hoglan and the guys. And Hallows Eve. I remember that. Nasty Savage, Artillery. So there's some of the bands that are related. There's 21,920 monthly listens to Agent Steel. And let's see a little bit on their bio here. California's Agent Steel began as something of an anomaly, treading the murky waters between traditional melodic metal and more aggressive thrash. Too hard for Judas Priest fans and too soft for Metallica fans. The band initially wound up striking out with both, and it cuts off right there. I don't know why they do that. Sometimes you can tap the little thing. There we go, and you can. I just got that mixed up. So let's see. Too hard for Judas Priest fans, too soft for Metallica fans. The band initially wound up striking out with both camps, and continual internal turmoil soon brought their career to a halt at the close of the 1980s. Although a new incarnation of the band resumed its speed and thrash metal assault a decade later. What's this about Edward Van Halen? Like many aspiring metal gods of the 1980s, Brazilian-born John Cyriis, a.k.a. John Camps, was a product of the famed California Guitar Institute of Technology, the higher learning facility whose hallways had become flooded with Edward Van Halen disciples at the start of the decade. All right, so this is a pretty solid little bio here. So yeah, let's get into some Agent Steel. Look like some pretty metalish looking dudes. And like I said, all this stuff is on Spotify except for this song. So you're seeing the image, but this song in particular is not on there. So without further ado, I'm going to hit the YouTube here, and we're going to listen to Agent Steel, Bleed Forever from Omega Conspiracy. And this goes out to you, Paul, baby. What a great fella. Here we go. Bang. That's some piano. Acoustic and piano always kind of go nice together, don't they? Great sound quality. This is like the equivalent to a kind of a hair metal ballad, you know. The thrash metalers could do it too. All right. Is it coming? Oh, there we go. It's got a great vocal. This is definitely the ballad. It's a good jam. There we go. Very climactic. Love that double guitar solo mimicking. Forever. All right. From the album Omega Conspiracy. I don't know why that's not on there. But what say you? What did you think of that? I think that was solid. See, even the thrashers, the hard rockin' bands, they still had kind of a ballad kind of thing. It was better in a lot of ways than the hair metal-y bands and stuff. And I would feel like that would be like the Bleed Forever, the big ballad that would have been on that album. And it's the mid-'80s. It is the time of the ballad. 80s all the way through the 80s, it was about you have one rocker, baby, and you have, at least for the hair metal bands, you have one big rocker and you have one big ballad, or you're out of a contract, baby. I think they're fantastic. I'm going to go back and listen to a lot of Agent Steel and see what they have to offer, because I feel like these guys could probably lay it down with the best of them. Paul, what a great pick there. That is a solid song. What a great jam. And that is on Spotify, but like I said, all the rest of their albums are on, that was on YouTube, but the rest of their albums are on Spotify. So what say you? Put it in the links in the comments below and tell me what you think of Agent Steel and that song Bleed Forever. Check this out. Have you ever heard of this black metal band? They're awesome. Do you want to know why you haven't heard of them? That's because that says Shane Diablo. It's my t-shirt. Go over and get the Shane Diablo black metal tee in the links below and have fun with your friends. They say, dude, who's that band? And you say, it's none of your business. They're my favorite band and it's none of your business. All the meanwhile, it's just a jerk on the internet. Right? That's all I've got. Like, comment, subscribe. Be my friend. Paul, fantastic guy. Fantastic as always, and giving kisses and waving goodbye, and hoping you do not bleed forever, hoping you do not bleed at all. Okay, here we go. Bye.